Aloha kako. The next segment of your surf skate tutorial is we're talking about body position. So for this, we're going to do a couple little drills here. You're going to stand in your surf stance. You're going to look down the line, whether you're regular foot or goofy foot. Looking down the line, hands in a surf stance, knees are slightly unlocked. Weight is distributed evenly into the feet. What turns the surfboard? It's not your ankles and toes. What turns the skateboard or the surf skate is not your ankles and toes. We see a lot of this going on the internet, pumping. It's basically your head, shoulders, hips, and knees. Your feet will follow. When your head, shoulders, hips, knees turn, the weight is distributed into your heels or toes to turn the board. So you're going to drop down, hips back a little bit, weight is distributed evenly, looking forward. You're going to turn your head, shoulders, and hip to your backhand. I want you to feel, because surfing is feeling. You got to feel what's going on. Now, where is your weight distributed? It should be all in your heels. Okay? Bring it back to center. Turn your head, shoulders, and hips to your forehand or front side. Get a little lower, turn. Where do you feel the weight? Most of the weight should now be in your toes. That will get the board to turn left or right. We're not necessarily discussing pumping today. We're talking about just turning the board to the left and turning the board to the right. Okay, so those are some drills for you to do at home. Get low, head and shoulders, arms in the surf position. Turn your head and shoulders to your backhand. You should feel all the weight in your heels. Come back to center. Turn your shoulders to your forehand. Should send all the weight into your toes. The movement of your head, shoulders, hips, and eyes will distribute the weight into your toes or into your heels to maneuver the surfboard. This isn't necessarily pumping. When we do pumping and generating speed, then we're adding a little more compression with that head, shoulders, and hips. Okay? I'm starting you guys off from the very beginning, base level. So what I want you guys to remember, it's your front arm, your eyes and head, shoulders, hips, knees. Direct the board to where you want to go. From here, when I was a kid, and something that all of you should work on so that you can understand the body connection of the head, shoulders, hips, knees, and the board, is learn how to tic-tac your surf skate back and forth. So we're going to go outside, and I'm going to show you that drill. Maybe show you right here. What you have to be able to do is stand on your board, head, shoulders, front, hip, and arm have to be able to direct the board to the left or to the right and to the left, right and to the left. This is a drill to do because it also teaches you not only how to direct the board, but how to weight and unweight from your back foot. That's super important. Knowing that feeling of unweighting the front foot into the back to turn the board. Where does that come on in surfing? When you have to pivot and do a turn off the top. Here we are with another drill, a land drill, preferably in grass if you can find it. We're going to do it without the carver, and then we're going to do it on the carver in the grass so the board's not really rolling away from you. This is kind of more an advanced level, progressing a little forward, but it's the basis of you knowing how to weight and unweight your feet on the skateboard or surf skate, which directly translates to your surfboard. So like we did in the gym, let's practice. Let's get into a surf stance. Knees are bent. Weight is distributed evenly between the front and back foot and through the entire foot. Looking down the line, you're going to shift your weight to the back foot, and then you're going to, with your front shoulder, head, hip, and front foot, you're going to turn and lift that leg and go to the left. Then you're going to lean back onto the back foot, lift that leg, come back to center. Lean back on the back foot, turn your head, shoulders, and hips to the right, lift the foot, stick it. Bring it back to center. Weight is on the back foot. You have to be able to go front to back foot when you're surf skating as well as surfing, even more when you're surfing. So let's try that. Do about 10 repetitions, 5 to the left, lean back on the back foot, lift the front foot, turn everything to the left. Lean on the back foot, turn everything to center, lean on the back foot, turn everything to the right. Go ahead and do 10 repetitions just so you get that feeling and you know where your body's at. So now you're going to get on your carver. This is super important, okay? Just like a surfboard, when you want to turn or you want to have drive, your foot needs to be on the tail. It can't be in front of the back trucks or in front of your fins when you're surfing. The fins are on the back. You want them to grab the water, okay? Front foot should not be back here, and you should not be knock-kneed. Now all your force is centered in the center of the board when we need to distribute it evenly throughout the board. The best thing I've found is if your front foot is just at the back of the front trucks. In your surf stance, drop the hips back. Weight is evenly dispersed between the front and back foot. Now you're going to lean back onto the front back foot, lift the front leg, and shoulder to your left. Boom. Compress some more. Bring it back to center. Weight on the back foot. Lean back. Lift the nose. Front hip, front shoulder, eyes. Turn to the right. Compress. Weight on the back foot. Unweight the front foot and bring it back to center. Back foot is weighted. Head, shoulder, and front hip connected to the foot to the left. Bring it back to center. Sit back, compress, take your weight into the back foot, and turn the board to the right with everything. And back to center. Go ahead and do 10 repetitions of that. So now we're taking it to the asphalt, just behind the front trucks, back foot all the way on the tail, hips back, eyes forward. You're going to tic-tac back and forth to generate some speed.
Really important to tic-tac equal amounts left and right here.
To the left, to the right, to the left. If you can get it going nice and quick and you get some momentum, I'll show you the next step.